in the house with us, Al-Haji Nurain Odumbaku. Salam alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
All right, Moses, you also want to welcome our guests.
I welcome you once again to the program. But yes, let's start. Of course, it's a known fact that the COVID-19, the coronavirus pandemic, has changed the flavor of Ramadan, especially with the observance or non-observance of Taraweeh, Tafsir, and others. So, how much of an impact, is the coronavirus having on Ramadan?
Yeah, thank you. First and foremost, I want to say what Ramadan means. The Ramadan literally means the word Ramadan, Ramad. That is in Arabic language. And that is to be intensively heated by the sun, Imam Qutbi, which has knows that it was named Ramadan because it purges the sin of people. And we people who are with righteousness deeds. And Ramadan normally been coming at the 9th month of Islamic calendar, observed by the Muslims worldwide as a month of fastings.
Okay.
Prescription of Ramadan by Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has shown us the correlation between the Muslims, Ummah, and the people who are religious before us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Holy Quran, Quran 2 verse 183, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu kutiba alaykum siyam kama kutiba alal ladzina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun. Meaning, all ye who believe, the Muslim Ummahs, we have prescribed for you the fasting, some, as we have prescribed before those who are before you, and those coming thereafter you. And that is why the Ramadan has been a compulsory for all defeated Muslim Ummahs.
Okay. Now, from this year's Ramadan, there are so many things that come with the month. Like Moses said earlier on, like the Taraweeh, the Tafsir, which most of the times are done in the mosque, while some are done at the open places. But because of this pandemic, all these things were not done in the usual way. Does that in any way affect the acceptance of this fast?
As Allah mentioned, that fasting is compulsory as prescribed. With our present situation in the world, not only Nigeria, Almighty Allah has said in Surah Al-Imran, that is Quran 3, verse 140, He said, In yamsisikum korihun fa kulli masali kaman korihun musluhu wa taqawla alhamu wa ma dawali huwa bayna an-nas wa lil yawm Allahu allazina hamanu wa la tataki misikum shahudaha wallahu la yuhibbul muslimin. That is, in any country or in a place or environment, if a wound age touch you, be sure a similar wounds has touched other people, like what is happening in the world now, not in Nigeria. And by turns, such days of varying fortunes, we give men and women by turns that Allah have known it. And for those who have believed to ourselves, from many ranks, the martyrs, witness to see the truth, that God loves we. Despite that we cannot stop up Ramadan, it has been mandated, part of what I said in the Quran, La takisutu min warakoti illa ta'lamuha. Almighty Allah has told Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to inform we believers that nothing will happen without my consent, without my approval, without my says. What generating now within this COVID-19, what has happened before, now that has happened within our generations, we are now witnessing it. And that one has not disturbed our Ramadan. One of the major things that's now operating is we are having our Tarawih at home, Nawafil at home, some at home, instead of going to the mosque, generally. This shows that we are complied totally with the instructions of the government. And as we say in the Holy Quran, Atiu la, Atiu Rasulu, wa hullu amri minkum. meaning you people of God, in whatever denominations you are, Atihullah, fear those in the people of God. Atihu Rasulu, those whom you are giving the authority, that's the people in power. And the people whom you are leading. We have to, in totality, because the government has citizens for telling the public that we should stay indoors, whether Muslims or Christians, and be doing our somo in our various houses, just to avoid the spreading of this pandemic, COVID-19. And apart from that, it is where we are, that we Muslim brothers are in doing our salat, our tarawih, our somo, all that pertains to the Islamic injunction. It's been accepted by Almighty Allah. Because as I said, he said, it's a sunnah of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to test the faith. Allah has been testing our faith in whatever tribe you are. And the faith of mankind, and that is why he always brings forth a plague to a nation. That is what we are experiencing now. And the whole universe in totality. In this wise, every one of us must prepare to face such challenges that throw all of us into this where we are today, the issue of COVID-19 pandemic. And the precaution of this pandemic, Almighty Allah said, وَلَا تُلِقُ بِخَادِقٌ إِلَّا تُلِقَتْ. That is, you should not throw yourself into a danger. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Fira minali mujisumi, firaraka minali ashal." That is, run away, the believers, run away from the leopard, as you can run away from the lion. Okay. Because if you are not totally avoiding this, it can kill us.
Okay, Alhaji, we cannot overemphasize the significance of Ramadan being one of the 5 pillars, of Islam. But you talked the other time, you were saying that we know it's quite compulsory, but is there any exemption, from fasting? And if there is, what are the conditions?
We Muslims, there is no exception. We must fast. At the 9th month of the calendar is compulsory once in a year. We Muslims all over the continent is compulsory. The only thing we can avoid with this present situation is to stay at home and do the unnecessary sacrifices instead of going to the mosque for congregation to do the tarawih, do the shai, and all others. That one has been suspended. And Allah said it, in anywhere we are, when you call me, you say, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Wa yusasa laka ibadi hanne, fa inni qaribu jubu da'wata da'i sadahane, fali yasitajibu li fali yuminu bi ila lahum yarsudun. He said, oh, you believers, if you are asking me, where are you with us? He answered, I am closer to you. As you are calling me, I am answers all your requests. It's me, Almighty Allah, who said it. Allah said it.
So, in that words, some of these obligations we can do within our houses, we can do within our premises. But there are some people who would tell you that, just like you said in your opening remarks, that there's nothing that happens without Allah's approval. Now, what some people are saying, particularly those who believe that this lockdown shouldn't be for this long, is that, okay, yeah, there's nothing that happens without God knowing. So, we can go to mosque, it is only Allah that can protect us. But in this particular situation, do you think those who are thinking in that direction, do you think they are right, that you can't lock religious houses, that it's only God that can protect? Do you think these people have are they making any correct position?
As earlier mentioned, I think I've said it. Atiullah, Atiu Rasulu, وَحُلُّ لِحَمُرِ مِنْكُمْ. This has been stated in the Holy Quran. We are the followers of Almighty Allah. And what Allah has refused to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is that the government, they are in control of authority. And whatever the laws, whatever they have seen, there must be a reason for the government to have announced that for this pandemic, which has affected so many lives, both mosques, churches, or whatever, must be closed down. We are not compelled not to pray in our houses. We shouldn't have it in any minute or different spiritual meaning. Because Almighty Allah have said, He said, where you are calling me, my followers, I will answer you. I've been answering all your answers. I know what is in your faith. I know what you are demanding for. Anywhere you call me, I answer. Where you see us as a very clear place. We shouldn't have it in alternative meanings or otherwise. Since we have commenced the Ramadan, all of us in this country, we have been praised at prayer homes with our families. When Imam or any of us lead, one of his sons or anybody, even the husband or wife, they are free. They will recite the normal ayahs to be recited. They will ruku, they will sujood, and they will stand up. So it should be clearer. And we have seen it all over. For those who have not been compliant, what the government has been doing for them. They go there, arrest them, humiliating them, dealing with them, taking them to courts. Allah has ordered that we should comply in totality to what the government of the day said.
So, Ramadan in the face of the pandemic, what are the lessons?
I easily refers us to some ayahs. He said, وَلَا تُلِكُ بِخَادِكُمْ إِلَّا أَدَاكُمْ مِنْهِ فِرَارًا مِنَ الْأَجِسُ مِنَ الْسِرَارًا وَرَاقًا مِنَ الْأَشَّارِ. He then referred to قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إِذَا سَمِعْتُمْ بِسَاعَاتُهُنَّ فَهَرِّدِي فَلَا تَدْخُلُنَّ وَإِذَا وَخَالِ خَرِّدِي فِيهَا وَلَا تَخَرُجُ مِنْهَا. That is the meaning is, if you heard of a plague, that's a problem. That what we are experiencing now, and anywhere, a country, don't enter that country. And if a plague occurred in a city, anywhere, please stay there. Stay there. The Saudi Arabia, the Mecca, whom we are following their tenets, said nobody should come for Umrah. The remaining 3 days of Ramadan, people who are rich, who are very comfortable, can avoid it. We travel to Umrah and have the last 10 days of Ramadan to go there. There they will be praying. But the Saudi Arabia kingdom said they don't want anybody to come to their country. And that was totally banned, still in existence. We also hear that the Sultan of Sokoto announced yesterday that we Muslims should not go for early fitr at the praying ground. Sit down with your family, the Muslim woman, the leader, or be an alpha, however, lead his own inner congregation within the family. What will normally happen is that you not make any utubah. Because after the 2 rakat, the salama follows, and you tell the congregation what to do after Ramadan. That one will not come into existence. And that's all Allah has said will happen this year. Once the President General, that is the Sultan of Sokoto, has even announced it publicly yesterday and today. It means they have seen the truth, which we are following the total injunction of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Okay, let's look at certain requirements for acceptance of fasting, because the fast will be closing either today or tomorrow. But we must also learn one or two things so that could guide us against subsequent fasting. Now, what are those things do you think that if as a Muslim who is observing the Ramadan fast, what are those things that you think someone can do that will make the fast not acceptable? Because of the, why I'm asking this, because this lockdown that we have actually opened up so many things. Some who are even young Muslim males, not married, but locked down somewhere and nobody to do normal cooking. Their friends, who are probably female friends, are the ones who assisted them in this circumstance that people were forced to stay at home. Will some of these things not stand against such a fast?
Well, in anything we Muslims are doing,
yes,
we are completely following what Allah Ta'ala has said. In Holy Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah, so he said, "Idihuni fi silmi likafata, wala tatabi'u khutuwati shaitan, innahu lakum aduwwun mubin." What I'm saying is, if you are calling yourselves a Muslim, you must be totally accept the total injunction of Islam.
Okay.
Even if you are young, you are not married, you are ordinary. However, once you are matured, because when you are fasting, you can say the small one can start from the middle to daybreak. But if you are already matured, from 18 years and above, directly when you are under your parents, you should know how to cook. You should be prepared for that. And you should have known the tenet of Islam, what it teaches us to do. From there, you prepare what you should get to feed yourself. In whatever we have, you prepared the zone to eat, whatever, and easily things are making it quicker. Presently in Nigeria now, you have cooker, you have stoves, you can do indomie, you can prepare if you want to cook about. All those foods are so easier to do. You can prepare tea if you don't want to do much. And if you cannot do that, you can buy something you can't. The federal government allows people, those who are selling fruits, freely to let people participate so that nothing will not hinder their religion. When you get all those things, you prepare yourself, you prepare it. Keep it somewhere and eat.
So no circumstance.
So no circumstances to give such a fast that I cannot. If you cannot, prepare gari, put sugar there. And in this Nigeria today, even a child of 10 years can prepare food comfortably because parents are teaching them what to do. It's part of Islamic injunction. In whatever religion fit you are, teach your children so that you can rely on them for future. So nothing has derailed us or for them to have been making such an excuses unless those people who are less aware, who don't have the strong faith in Islam.
Okay. So can you tell us more about other do's and don'ts? Of course, especially the fact that the fasting is approaching the last day.
Yeah. Already, we have started, we're about to complete the looking for this last 10 days, the night of majesty. And all of us at our various homes, we have been praying. That is why this ayah Surah Al-Qadr, Inna anzalnahu fi laylatil qadri, wa ma adraka ma laylatul qadri, laylatul qadri khayrun min alfi shahr, tanazzalu al malaikatu wa ruhu fiha bi'izni rabbi min kulli amri, salamun hiya hatta matla'il fajr. Meaning that these remaining 10 days, one, that's the month that the Holy Quran was referring to Anabi Muhammad, which we are now using. And it's a night of majesty. The month that what we called qadara, the changes of what we have been doing, our hope, our expectations, when we praise during the midst of this Ramadan, easily we pick it with the odd numbers. 21, 23, 25, 27, or 29. So for that remaining 10 days, we are fully concentrating, adding more to our prayers, because we knew that was the month the Holy Quran was given to Anabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And from that particular month, we are focusing more on prayers, because our faith shows us that in whatever we are doing, better things is coming to us. أيرمنا في السهر تنزل الملائكة وروحها بإذن ربي من كل أمر سلام يا تامة الله. Before the sunset, before the coming of the day, that is the supreme coming, all our expectations will be completely accepted by Almighty Allah. And that is why all of us, we are still searching for the months. All these efforts we have been doing is what has been described by Almighty Allah to Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Thereafter, after this Ramadan, we still have another 6 Sum to perform. We call it, that is Shawwal. That is Shawwal, because we want our people to get it clearer. After we have completed this Ramadan, and we do the Eid al-Fitr, a week preceding, so that we cannot be relaxing, we commence the Shawwal fasting. So
is Shawwal also mandatory?
It's mandatory. It's mandatory.
No exemption?
It's mandatory. That will help us. They said accreditation. It's like somebody doing an exam, and they said, okay, or we are doing a professional something, and they said, okay, if you attended 5 seminars within a year, you are given score credits, another 3 credits or 5. Or they said, okay, out of these questions, if you are doing number 1 and number 5, you are getting a bonus. Having this our sum is attributing that we are getting an extra, and confirming that our prayers will, inshallah, be accepted more before Almighty Allah. Seems that we are fasting another for the next 1 year. And that is the meaning.
Oh, okay. Now, it's very clear what Islam says as far as accepting and obeying those in government. Now, in this situation now, you have said it also, that the Supreme Head of Islam in Nigeria has directed that there shouldn't be congregation. Now, some governments are saying that we will open all religious houses, both for Muslims, for Christians, you know, and it's coming at the time Eid al-Fitr is coming up. Will this not open door for some Muslims to now say, okay, we have not even been able to go to mosque, okay, Eid praying ground, we must not fail?
Well, this is a very sensitive question. Within the continent, I must be very frank.
Okay.
But let me limit my answer to Ogun State,
okay,
where we belong to.
Okay.
Where we are under the control authority of His Excellency. As at the day I'm still here, I've never had any news or any special announcement that by either Saturday or Sunday, the government said no. We are still bounded not to do any Eid al-Fitr at any praying ground. As I'm sitting down here, so definitely we have to comply to the government of the day in which you are residing. Anybody can go to any other states where they say they are free to go there. He can go there and perform such with them. But in Ogun State, I may not say probably this night or whatever, the government, the authority of today's Ogun State said, this is what we should do. And anybody who fear Allah, who fear Muhammad Rasulullah, should know that after this too is next to the government. And otherwise, nobody need not to be having any internal or any other thing otherwise against the will of what they have said. In Ogun State, we are still hearing that by the time we announce that we should have the Eid al-Fitr, please let us do it at our homes, doing the 2 rakats, pray, give people, relate with within your family. It was not saying go out and be rejoicing. No. They said limit yourself within your family.
Okay.
But before then, we should inform people about Zakat al-Fitr, if you allow me to have said so.
No, there's no problem.
Okay.
It's part of all
because
those things
we are mentioning of this Eid al-Fitr. We should remind our Muslim brothers that Zakat al-Fitr is compulsory too, as what my brother earlier asked. Because at the end of the 29 or 30 days of Ramadan fast, we Muslims are expected to celebrate the unique opportunity given to us by Almighty Allah to attain spiritual elevation. That is to the rank of Mataq. That is those who are always conscious of Allah and what we are doing.
The zakat you mentioned.
Now,
what is the
His Holy Prophet said we should try as much possible before we do our Eid al-Fitr. From now, we should prepare doing the Zakat al-Fitr in form of food items like rice, beans, maize, to the people. We call it mudu. When we are, I don't know, presently our children may not know it, but a small something of a cup, 4 of it, and 4 them, we give it per head and give those who are in need. Those who are needy, very people whom we are within an environment that we know they don't have much, and we want them to feel comfortable like us for this Eid al-Fitr. So it was been done. We let them know, and it's even said that, okay, when we feel we are giving these people all these items, what are they going to use in getting it for it? It's not been knowing that if we want to do rice now, we don't want willing to buy rice. One can prepare 900 naira for rice, for 8, Elubashu 800, the Gari and Co 500, 400. So that we are placing it at such a prices with that money to make it meaningful for those we wanted to give it to. And we should see those people who are not so comfortable like us.
Are there a particular group of, if you are saying people who are not comfortable,
okay,
it is very likely people will think about those who are on the streets begging. Are those the kind of people we are talking, or even those who are not even begging, but we know that probably these people may not have? Because at times you may want to do what the Islamic injunction asks us to do, and somebody will now feel like, did I beg you for food? So what should we really, what process should we adopt so that we don't, in the course of doing our obligation as a Muslim, also run foul of some people may feel that, or maybe you want to show off. Is it because you have?
Well, in any community,
yes,
there's we Muslim Ummah that we knew those who have been praying with us, who are our Jamaat. We should know, not this when the COVID-19 started, that we can say we have started knowing people. We have known all of us within the community we are. That's why we have the Imam. So they should know, even during the time, because we are coming out either 1, 2, 3 days in a week, we've been seeing us. In my community where I know those who are not comfortable. And that's going to be my internal understanding, internal known. We prepared, and those presently people are bringing their Zakat al-Fitr to me. and we are giving them. We need not to ask. We have the committee, we have the schools.
Okay.
Please give me those people who are joining us. We know them, we know ourselves. We have been giving them. We join money, we join things together secretly and giving them. And that's why they said it's more preferable to do all these things through the imams. And some are giving those whom we know ourselves because we are in a community. So individually too, to render this gift, it's like zakat fitri. Giving them, they have been doing that, making them comfortable.
Okay. Can it also be extended to those of other people of other faiths that are in wants?
Yes, yes. Islam doesn't do anything to discrimination. We show faith, we show love. We show faith, we show love. Islam accommodates. Through such, the love, the spirit of love, making people cherish your religion. Yes. Some of those are with it too, even before this started of this COVID-19. Those who are having the strong faith in Allah have been giving, whether Muslims, whether Christians, people of various faiths. When you make people happy, such, even he himself is making himself happy, and such will be of the commendation of reward from Almighty Allah.
Okay. All right. Our guest is still Alhaji Newdawn Odumbaku, the Chief Imam, Federal Housing Elega, Abeokuta Mosque. And we've been looking at Ramadan and COVID-19. You may be part of this interactive session. The line will soon come up. You can call and maybe if you have one question or the other, or possibly you also want to contribute to this discussion, you are free to do so in the next couple of minutes before we round off this interactive session. Now, Imam, I have this question. Is it possible for we human beings to fight for Allah? Let me tell you why I'm asking this question. Some people, in the course of trying to preach, either as Muslim or Christian, okay, they give an impression that if you don't do what I am asking you to do, it's like you are not going to see eternity. You are condemned. And they say all sorts of things. Even we have some who also use the garment of religion to even kill people. And you begin to wonder. You have just told us here now what Islam is all about love, about peace and all of that. Those ones who are doing all these things, that because you feel I'm not doing what you think I should do. Even in the normal salat, some people will still tell you that the way you are standing is not the way you should stand, and because of that they make quarrels. Are these ones also doing what Allah has asked them to do? Can anybody fight for Allah?
What? The verse of Holy Quran in Surah 17, Surah Al-Isra, he said, وَقُلَ رَبِّ هَجِّهَلِ لِمُنْدِلَ صِدِقِ وَرِجْنِ مَرَجَ صِدِقِ وَجِهَلِ مِنْ لَدُكَ سُلِطَانًا نَصِيرًا. He said, وَقُلْ جَاءَ الْحَقُّ وَسَحَقَ الْبَاطِلُ إِنَّ الْبَاطِلَ كَانَ.
Is it Anakum like we say when we want to stop somebody? We have a caller.
We have Abdul Ganiyu
from
Bado.
Okay.
Good morning, Abdul Ganiyu.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, go with your question.
We can.
What can they do to, I mean, many people, like somebody that just like 2 or 3 children.
Sorry, can you come up with your question again? We can't hear you clearly.
For those who are not, I mean, most of the decision of country these days. So to keep out the and why? What can we do?
I still don't get the question. It's a pity.
Maybe I explained on this Catholic treaty better.
Okay.
So that I can pick from there.
All right.
What I want to express further, let's say from where you want to, we can read of his mind.
Okay.
Zakat literally is paid by every man, whether rich or poor, whether male or female. It's compulsory, as I wanted to mention before the another question comes. And so, the head of the family should use it with that mood, as earlier said. And the reason for that Zakat literally, because people ask, they said we should do it. Is it compulsory? We have even said it so that the listener can. It's very, very compulsory. It's help us to provide our mind, giving us the feeling good. It's the purification of the fasting. That is, with all our efforts on this Ramadan, we give it a more surplusity of joy, more rewards from Almighty Allah. Then in making our less privileged Muslims to be happy. As earlier mentioned, we are not equal. Even fingers are not equal. Yeah. We have been seeing all these issues. For example, when people, the billionaires are donating money, those who are not half cannot do so. But those who are half little within the second class, people of third class, are donating within their ranks and making their community happy. That's part of it. So that's a cut are given to make the people happy. And it must be done before we go to Eid al-Fitr, which, as earlier said, this COVID-19 pandemic has not allowed.
Okay.
And from there too, doing this Zakat al-Fitr must be done before we do the Eid al-Fitr.
Okay.
It's just to make the people happy. Some will even give people, some family, substantial amount. That okay, this is what I have. And we have the Zakat and Sadakat Foundation, which being controlled by this TMC.
We have a caller, Adenike from Abeokuta. Good morning, Adenike. Okay, go with your question.
This is. Please go ahead. Go ahead. Okay. Adenike, we have an idea of your question. We have an idea of your question. From what she's asking, she's asking whether it is right for a wife to deprive the children of the husband's relation to come around, particularly that of the husband's sister, who has possibly helped the husband in the past and all of that.
Okay.
And now he's married, and the wife is now seeing those people as people that shouldn't be coming because he's married and all of that. I think that's the summary of what I...
Yeah, from that question, the Islam didn't teach us that. Islam teaches us love. It wants us to accommodate our people, our brothers and sisters, in whatever the length we can. So we should accommodate and show spirit of love. That's how to propagate this religion. How to propagate what you are doing as a Muslim is to love your brotherhood, your sisterhood. Because when you facilitate such a loving attitude to them, they too will show, they will really, even if they have a doubtful mind of what there should be, it will make them to be more expanding, let me use that word, in the religious.
So the wife cannot, for any reason,
there's no
deprive the family.
The wife of that, the wife of the husband has no right to deprive the family of his husband not to come to them.
Okay.
Because
sorry, because I'm also looking at the time. So
okay.
like I asked a question earlier on that okay. Can somebody fight for God? Can somebody fight for Allah?
Yeah, that was where I was going before the
yes, before the question. I still want you to.
My dear brother, Almighty Allah has said it. He said, "It's me, Allah, my Lord, that caused us to enter a sound entrance." That is why we are Muslims, while others are Christians. Well, on our whole perspective as Muslims, He gave us a direct entrance, being the Muslims. Wa Islamu dina walau kariha al-kafirin. That's how we are. And definitely, and granting us within ourselves of supporting. Now, me as a Muslim, I'm practicing my religion with the family. And in any other religion they have their own faith in the religions they believe in. And I've mentioned this earlier in my discussions, that the way we are disseminating, practicing, the focusing of our religions, that encouraging people, I'm sorry I can say this, some will say, some of our friends relating with Muslims, and they say, well, I will join this Islam. We see Islam through all the good incidences of Muhammad Rasulullah, then we all join. So, Almighty Allah has not given us any right to condemn any religion. That's one ayah he said, Kuli ayyuhal kafirin la abudu man ta'budun wa lan tu'abiduna muhammadu lakum dinukum waliyadin. This is the religion that I give you. I allow you to practice this religion. Take it, uphold, doing it, practicing this way. And lakum dinukum waliyadin. Those are not your Muslims' faith. Leave them with their religion. Leave them with their religion. Handle your religion perfectly. Nobody can be saying, without doing these religions, they are going to hellfire. The one you are practicing at your own discretion, if your faith is not there, as Allah has yet accepted. And that is why Kule Ayula Kafirina has said it. And he finally confirmed to us, Lakum dinukum waliyadin. Stay with your religion. Handle it well, practice it to the conscience of Allah.
Okay, quickly before we go on to this program, I just want you to expatiate on the roles, succinctly, the roles of religious leaders in the fight against this coronavirus pandemic. Quickly.
Thank you. This issue of corona pandemic, I think I've reversed to some hires. Because let me give us more other tip off that we are doing our Muslims. We are given a prayer that is being done within the Muslim circle, that we pray through Almighty Allah, which we have been doing it in Jomot. Allahumma inni as'aluka min al-bashari wa junun wa jinhami wa min sayyati al-atqan. We pray that Almighty Allah, we don't want to be involved in this type of pandemic. Something that can cause madness, leprosy, or otherwise. And the other prayers too, they said, Allahumma inni a'udhu Allahumma inni as'aluka la ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu minas salimin. We are all seeking for forgiveness because we are not all holy. And this COVID pandemic we are saying, we are happy it comes from Wuhan in China. But it's not coming, we are happy in Nigeria here because they say we are in hot water, which the doctors or whatever they are saying. So we Muslim clerics have been praying within our own territory. Even for prayers, Bismillah, alladhi la yaluru ma ishi min shaykh fil ardi Wala fi samai wa huwa samiul alim. And all other prayers too. You see, so what we are saying in essence is the effort of we Muslim Ummahs is we are praying, using the Holy Quran.
Before we finally go, give us a short prayer for this Eid al-Fitr. We are no more, just a short prayer, so that because our time is up, we must go.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. We are praying for, because we are in Ogun State. Firstly, we pray for the nation, because when we are all safe, in this country we have, whatever happens, it affects us. We sympathize those people who are dying in various countries. Our people are there too. Those who have affected can see better. So we pray for our state, that this where we are having our daily bread, our livelihood, the children and family. Our Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we pray Allah to be with us. Continue to guide us aright. Protect us in this state. Protect us in our homes. Protect us in our livelihood. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are seeking for your protections, your mercies, in many ways and at anywhere we are, so that this pandemic will be completely left us. And that is our prayers at anywhere. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Law ansalina hasal Qur'an ala jabal la rita wa shi'a muntasadaha min asiyatin lahi wa tilka al-amsal nadribu lin-nas la yatafakkarun huwa Allahu allazi la ilaha illa huwa alimul ghaibi wa shahadatu wa rahmanir rahim هو الله الذي لا اله الا هو الملك على القدوس السلام المؤمن المؤمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر سبحان الله ما يشركون هو الله لخالق البار للمصور له اسماء الحسنى يسبح الله ما في السماوات والارض وهو العزيز الحكيم. We are praying for this OGTV, the state that's going wonder beyond other stations, and people working here starting from Taiwan, from the GM or whatever, and our people here. God Almighty will continue to protect you all. This OGBC will never cut into fire. Anything outside will never fall in on all of you.
We have to go.
We have to go now.
We have to go.
How we can go on today's program. Many thanks for watching. Do have a lovely weekend. Bye for now.